Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope you're doing well. It's time to talk about some upcoming new releases because for the first time in like 2 months, some things have actually been announced. And the stuff that's been announced is just, it's real crackhead stuff, man. What is going on here? We got some new Hawas fragrances. Stop me if you've heard that before. A new Club de Nuit. Stop me if you've heard that before. New Aromatics French Avenue. I'm not going to keep repeating it. And a new Asad as well. So just all kinds of new fragrances. By the way, if you like short form content, because maybe you're like, you know, a goldfish brain memory, just swipe. And I'm not judging at all. Follow my extra channel, Extra Gents. I'm gonna have shorts over there, or also my TikTok. I have stuff there too, Gents. I was posting some of these on this channel, but then something happened where YouTube was like, hey, push those shorts hard. And nothing else. So it's separation, you know? It's like the Offspring said years ago, you gotta keep them separated. Now, as of when I'm filming this video, Beauty World is going on in Dubai. Let's pretend we're in Dubai. Okay, ready? Here we are. Wow, this is sick. Like big buildings and stuff. So basically what I'm trying to tell you here is probably what I talked to you about here today, you're gonna hear about 15 dozen times over the next few days. Because basically Beauty World is where all the influencers converge in Dubai, and then you're gonna be hearing about, you know, whatever is going on over there. Now, I'm not saying I'm completely against it. Maybe one day I'll fly out there, but when I do, it'll be something where I'm the one paying for the ticket. That way I can do whatever I want. So let's talk first about Asad Elixir. That's right, that's the new Asad. It's Elixir. Because in this world, if you do not have an elixir as a fragrance, are you even a brand? No, of course not. I just realized I haven't creatively directed any fragrances with the name Elixir. I am a fraud. Maybe 2-3 years from now, I'll be able to come out with a fragrance named Elixir. By that point, everyone will have moved on, but at least then I can claim it, right? Now, when it comes to Asad Elixir, there are a couple of sponsored videos out there, so you can check those if you want more information on the fragrance past what we have online. And I have placed an order for 2 bottles of Asad Elixir, one for me and one for one of you. So when that comes, I'll do a review, first impressions, and I'll give away a bottle to one of you guys out there, because this is 50 bucks. So, you know, just toss one of those in there, I figured. Let's go ahead and read about Asad Elixir here. A deeper, more concentrated evolution of the original Asad. The opening is sharp, spicy, and full of tension, with notes of pink pepper, saffron, and grapefruit. The heart reveals a smoky blend of tobacco and cedarwood, softened by a touch of vanilla. At its base, earthy patchouli, resinous olibanum, smooth cashmere, and dry amber. This is trouble, and you were made for it. I have a sexy wink. So Asad Elixir, that full note breakdown: pink pepper, saffron, grapefruit off the top, tobacco, cedarwood, vanilla in the mid, patchouli, olibanum, cashmere, and amber in the base. You do have to enjoy kind of the descriptors that they put there. You know, it's not just cashmere, and it's smooth cashmere, and it's not just amber, it's dry amber. Oh, okay. And the word on the street here is that Asad Elixir smells similar to Boss Bottled Absolute. Now, I probably don't need to tell you this, but Boss Bottled Absolute is one of my favorite fragrances right now. As far as designers go, I think that stuff is amazing. It smells a little bit similar to Carlisle by Parfums de Marly, but even more wearable in more situations. It's just top-notch stuff. And I would like to say that if that is the case, that Asad Elixir smells like Bottled Absolute, I feel vindicated, because I said from the rip that Bottled Absolute reminded me of having a tobacco note, even though tobacco is not officially in there. It smells to me like it should have that as one of the official notes. And then here with Asad Elixir, assuming that that's what this smells like, Bottled Absolute, they have tobacco in the note breakdown. So in a weird roundabout way, that would make me right? I don't know.
Oh, I get it.
Now again, I have not smelled this, so I can't say for sure, oh yeah, it's absolutely Bottled Absolute. But if it is, that's fantastic in the sense that I love the way that fragrance comes across. And it does kind of make me laugh a little bit that they're like, oh, it's a deeper, more concentrated Asad, but in reality, it's actually just a clone of that over there. But don't tell anybody. So there it is, Asad Elixir, $49.99 right now on Lattafa's own website. Do be aware, because I've purchased fragrances from Lattafa's website in the past. Sometimes they take a while to ship. Because on one of these, I had checked like the frequently asked questions, because it was like a week later and they hadn't shipped, and it said that they usually ship within 24 hours or something like that. And so I followed up with like their customer service, and I was like, guys, are you gonna ship this ever? And then I think 3 or 4 days after that, they finally did. So do be aware that sometimes they take a while to ship. Let's talk next about an upcoming Hawas that we know absolutely nothing about. It is Hawas Venom. Rasasi has been coming out with non-stop Hawas releases lately. At this point, I don't even know if they realize that they can release stuff underneath a different line or name. You guys can't do that. It's possible. I promise. But they've released Viper and Cobra and now Venom. They also have Malibu, Atlantis was announced, Diva, another one that we're gonna talk about in a second. It would not surprise me if they've got even another one coming out after these. It's like that constant with the Hawas releases at this point. Rasasi might as well just drop the name Rasasi and just become Hawas, I don't know. And they have been leaning into the whole snake thing, which yeah, they have the little snake that kind of wraps around the cap and everything, but Hawas Cobra smells like Louis Vuitton Imagination for some reason. And then Viper and now Venom. But anyway, this one, remember the whisper. The one that promised another waiting in the shadows. The cage trembles once more. Something darker, sharper, and more daring is about to break free. The next evolution of Hawas is near. Venom is coming. Is like Spider-Man? Like that Venom? Is it? I do kind of love that cryptic write-up. Remember the whisper, the one that promised another waiting in the shadows. What does it even mean? So let me know what you think that's going to be. Hawas Venom, all we know at this point, the name, and also the I guess, teaser from Rasasi. More information soon. Now, before we head to the next fragrance, guys, I want to give you a bunch of codes, and here they are. Got codes for Joma Shop that only work within the Joma Shop app, Gift Express codes, Lucky Scent, the perfume box. So anytime you shop at any of these stores, some of them have a bunch of different clone fragrances there as well, especially like the perfume box, Gift Express, Joma Shop, Fragflex. Use those codes, save yourself some money anytime you shop. All right, the next one, which I have also ordered, I bought two, so one for you, one for me. Club de Nuit Bling by Armaf. I wish I was joking, but that is the name, the real, actual, for serious name of the new Club de Nuit for men, Club de Nuit Bling. Real question I have for you guys is, do you at first blush think that Club de Nuit Bling is worse sounding than Club de Nuit Extreme or Club de Nuit Intense Man Extreme? Possibly better in the sense that this should be something new, right? But then also, so this one just kind of popped onto Armaf's website. Essentially, it was just like, oh, there it is, Club de Nuit Bling, just like we all expected. My anticipation is that it was put on there because you are about to see an Ava freaking lanch of content on this fragrance, I would guess, from Dubai. Because last year that happened, right? With Lionheart? Was that last year? Or was that earlier this year? Time just runs together. You know what I'm talking about. So my guess is you're about to see a whole bunch of info, so they wanted to get it onto the website so that you could order it when you see said info, but they don't have a note breakdown. Right now it just says, discover Club de Nuit Bling by Armaf, the new fragrance for men. Immerse yourself in a blend that embodies luxury, confidence, and allure, carefully curated for the modern man who commands attention. Powerful yet elegant, the scent captures the glamorous nature of the Armaf man with a blend that fits everyday life. And guys, forgive me here if I'm missing something really obvious, but when I hear Club de Nuit Bling, like, I don't have anything pop into my mind immediately as like, oh, that makes sense, it's gotta be that. Nowadays, everybody seems to be wanting to do dupes of Louis Vuitton. You know, you can see that like dime a dozen, so many of those. And then you see the occasional really big designer fragrance get cloned as well. And then the odd fragrance here and there. It seems like all the brands will do one at the same time. Like Summer Hammer, that one, you know, got a bunch of different clones that came out for it. Naxos has had some here recently. But Bling, like, Bling, what is that? Again, I could just be missing something here. Like, I'm looking around at these fragrances. What is Bling. 1 million? Is 1 million bling? That's like money, right? That makes no sense, so it can't be that. But I wanted to let you guys know that did just pop up today as of when I'm filming this video on Armav's website, and you can place an order for it if you want. But you should be aware that it is essentially full price on Armav's website. So it is $79.99, which is obviously what I paid, times 2. And it is in the smaller bottle size. So it is a 2.5 ounce, 75 ml. And you would think, okay, well, it's probably an extrait de parfum. It's not, it's an eau de parfum. I will say also the write-up is slightly different on Armav's website. It says, bold yet refined Club de Nuit Bling is crafted for the modern man who values sophistication and presence. Its name says it all. Bling reflects the fragrance's dazzling charisma and timeless elegance, making it the perfect companion for both everyday wear and special occasions. Not that that necessarily tells you anything. And the bottle does look different. It looks like it has little black crystals on the inside of the bottle, so it might like look low-key cool in a weird way. So be on the lookout. Club de Nuit Bling. I'm sure you'll be hearing a lot about that anytime now, and you can order it if you want. 80 bucks. Really quickly, Aromatics is releasing more fragrances with French Avenue, part of the Aromatics X French Avenue line. Looks like 5 here. Sun-Kissed, Naughty Dates, Magnetic, Forbidden Fruit, and Tease Me. Get it? Tease me? Get it? Did you get it? I'm not going to do the write-up for each one of these because that would take a long time to run through all 5. It's quite a lot, you know, all dropped at once. Magnetic, looking at the note breakdown, bergamot, lavender, pink pepper off the top, orange blossom, rosemary, neroli, iris, musk in the mid, sandalwood, cedarwood, amber, myrrh, vanilla, oak moss in the base. So that one looks like it's going to be Reflection from Amouage, most likely Reflection 45, which that could be pretty sick, especially if it's really well done because that's a top-notch fragrance. As I said, there are 4 other ones outside of that one as well, so a whole lot to check out. Feel free to go onto iFragrance Official's website, check them out there. Also, I'm sure you could go to French Avenue's website, check them out there as well. See what they're about as far as note breakdowns, what they smell similar to, everything else, because they do have an actual note breakdown instead of just 3 notes, which has become kind of common nowadays. And from there, let's go ahead and move on to the final fragrance today. It is the new Hawas Verde. It is insane to me that Rasasi came out with the original Hawas, which did really well, and they just said, okay, cool. Just let that sit, let that simmer for a while. It's good. And then years later, not weeks, not months, years, they came out with Hawas Ice. And everybody went, oh, cool, a Hawas flanker. Yeah, neat. It's been a while. It makes sense. They would finally come out with one. And then they started to ramp it up a little more, and a little more, and a little more, until it's like now where they're basically going, what if we did 15 a year? That's an exaggeration, but only a little bit. So let's talk about this new one, Hawas Verde. Discover the new Hawas Verde. For Him by Rasasi. The latest flanker of the celebrated Hawas lineup for men. The scent captures masculine elegance and modern spirit through a scent that's fresh, yet seductive. A radiant fusion of zingy lime, luscious green apple, revitalizing rosemary, earthy patchouli, and powerful ambery notes, leaving behind an indelible trail of vitality and warmth. Do you think that with some of these, they're just running it through AI and they're like, look, I need a descriptor for each one of these notes. Can you give me one? Sure. Radiant zingy lime, luscious green apple, revitalizing rosemary. Yeah, that works. Cool. Thanks. Copy paste. So this one also just dropped recently. I ordered one for myself. I do not have it in hand yet because I just ordered it last night. I ordered it from the Oud store. So if you want one, you can find one at the Oud store. Just be aware that they are charging $60 right now. So it is one of those deals where essentially it's new and they're going to charge you more for the pleasure of getting it in earlier than most other people who are going to wait for it to hit other discounters. I also like the description that they have on the Oud store for this new Hawas. The description is HOF, new arrival. What is HOF? Hall of Fame, new arrival? Is that what that is? Sure. But it is marked down from 80. So they do have it on there that you're saving $20, I guess. So I did order that one, but I did not order 2 of that one. So we'll have to see. You know, maybe if I get it in and it's really good, I'll go ahead and order a second one for a giveaway at that point. But that is the new Hawas, the other new Hawas. Now the question on this one is, what does it smell similar to? I think general consensus at this point is that it's going to be Pacific Chill. A Pacific Chill clone. Makes sense when you look at the color scheme of the new Hawas. And I think it's pretty much all but confirmed that that's what it is, that it's kind of in that wheelhouse. When you look at the note breakdown and the name and everything, there was also another subsect of people that thought it was going to be Greenlee by Parfums de Marly, which could also make sense because Lattafa just came out with their version of Greenlee. But again, I think at this point, most everybody is like, oh no, it's actually Pacific Chill. What's a little odd about that is Versace is late for both of those. There are already tons of Pacific Chill clones. There are already Greenlee clones. So not really breaking any new ground. I guess the potential positive is that it comes out and maybe has really good quality, you know, really good staying power, projection. And at that point, maybe people decide, okay, well, this is the best Pacific Chill clone. And at that point, they can get their market share or whatever that way by putting out a superior product. So if that's the case and it comes out and it just absolutely rips, cool. But if it comes out and it's as good as the other things, then you just kind of have to go, why? Like, why, Versace, do you keep releasing Hawas flankers if you're just gonna clone stuff that already has a dozen clones out? I guess, again, the only reason to do that is if they feel like they can come out with something that is better in every facet, and then at that point, people go, okay, cool, like this is so good, then it doesn't matter that it came out later. Otherwise, you would almost say, why not try to like do something a little different? I don't know. So there we go, a bunch of new fragrances, most of them coming from Middle Eastern brands. The reason for that, of course, like I have said a couple times now, the big convention going on in Dubai. They're all kind of like gearing up to push their new stuff, I think. Let me know in the comments which one you're looking forward to the most. Again, some of these, or maybe the majority of these actually, you can already buy if you are really interested. Thank you for hanging with me. Stay safe out there, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.